Now, the government has been taken to court today, taken to the High Court, over child sexual abuse, the rape gangs. I'm joined in the studio by Maggie Oliver, Grooming Gangs whistleblower, regular on GB News and much other media, and founder of the Maggie Oliver Foundation. My panel are still with me. Maggie, if I just get to the heart of this, you and others, including John Cryer's mum, have been blowing the whistle about this for years. We've had denials over the ethnicity of those that committed many of these serious crimes, cover-ups, social services, police, which of course you were involved in and why you became a whistleblower. But then we get reports, we get recommendations, and the Alexis J report gives us 20 major proposed reforms in 2022. And as I understand it, you've taken the government to court today. You've won your case. There's going to be a full judicial review into why these reforms have not been carried out. Yeah. Is that the essence of this?
It is really, Nigel. And I think it's important to say that the judge was very thorough, but he said that there was a legitimate expectation that a 7-year national statutory inquiry that cost £200 million, 7,000 victims put their trust in it, that the public expect those recommendations to be implemented. And this goes way beyond grooming rape gangs, which is what I'm known for. Yeah. This is about protecting and safeguarding every child in the country. And you know, we've sort of, my charity, the Maggie Oliver Foundation, we've taken this forward on behalf of all those who are silenced, who don't have a voice, because, and also the public in this country, because most people believe that if you have a statutory inquiry, those recommendations will be implemented. The government have fought for 15 months, tooth and nail against the charity to say, we didn't have a case, we were out of time, that actually there is no obligation for them to do anything in relation to any statutory requirement recommendations. So I think what we wanted to do was show transparently and honestly that promises mean nothing. And as we go into now the new statutory national inquiry looking at ethnicity and grooming gangs, the question has to be asked, if 7,000 victims who re-traumatised themselves for 7 years did it for nothing, why are we going to have another national inquiry? Well, that's the worry, isn't it? We get another inquiry, we go down the same process, but you've won a great victory today. Apparently it's historic.
No, you really have won a great victory today, because this now, under judicial review, will be examined forensically in court. I'm guessing that doing all of this is quite expensive.
Yeah, we had to get private donors to fund this. And could you believe that in court today, the government barrister even wanted us to not get a cost capping order? It will bankrupt my little charity.
Does the Maggie Oliver Foundation need to raise money?
Yes, we do.
Fine. Well, I will put it out on my social media tonight.
Thank you so much.
And I'll see what the channel can do within the bounds of neutrality. But it's very important. It's very important that you've got the right legal team on your side in this court case. John, family history and all of this, she's doing great work, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, yeah. Yeah, it goes back to 2003. We were just talking about this before the programme. And I can remember my mum telling me that this was going... And actually, at the time, when she was first told, there were 6 women who came to... 7 women who came to see her at device surgery and said, this has happened to our daughters. And as I said before, as it turned out, 2 of them I was at school with, 2 of the mums. I was at school with in Keighley. And at first, you know, I remember my mum saying, it can't be true. I mean, surely social services would be taking action, police would be taking action. And the more she dug into it, the worse and the worse and the worse it got. And she actually found out, really, she ended up thinking that the mums who came to see her, they were probably underestimating how serious it was. Yeah.
And here we are, over 20 years on. I mean, Matthew, it is a terrible stain on the reputation of our country. We're shocked here, but the world's shocked.
Yeah, and I want to congratulate you, Maggie, for all the work that you've done. But can I just say one thing? I'm interested to get your response to this. I read the summary of the J report and went into some of the text. I think there may be one thing that is missing, which is the clan dimension. Many of these communities, my father came to the UK from Pakistan, they're sequestered from the wider community because they have inward marriage.
Yeah.
They marry their cousins.
Yeah.
So it has the effect of almost like a mechanism of dividing them from the wider community. It can have two social effects. One is they begin to think of the other community as different, differentiable, might look down on them. You saw that with the white trash, their fair game. That's an awful thing to think about any group, but it's based, I think, partly on this clan I mentioned. But the other thing is their fundamental loyalty is not to the wider nation or to the community, but the in-group. Yeah. And I think there may well have been cover-ups that have been permitted by this clan dynamic. And I felt when I read the J report that she just didn't have this lens, this analytical lens to understand what may have been going on. And I hope very much that if you can get this inquiry to do the things you wish it to do. Yeah. I also reached out to Charlie Peters. He's still at GB News?
Yes, he is. He's done phenomenal. He's done amazing work on this.
He thinks there's a clan dimension.
Yeah, he's done great. And Maggie, we're now learning about grooming gang cover-ups in London. The evidence of that is becoming clearer and clearer. But the important thing here, as you say, there is no point going into new governmental reviews if nothing actually happens.
And what you were saying there, really the big thing in this is honesty and transparency and upholding the law. And I resigned from the police because I saw cover-ups and I saw corruption. Right. So I think this is very much a moment for the underdog, for truth, for what it doesn't, because you don't have to do something doesn't mean that's the right thing to do. It's about right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad. And why on earth would a government, any government, not ban, for instance, pain-inflicting practices on children? And they are techniques that are used in the police to control violent criminals. Why on earth would you say that that is okay under any circumstances with an 11-year-old child who's been dragged out of their home, who is vulnerable, who is living in a care home? They've got no rights in the law as a child in a home would have, where they can actually take a child out of a family home. If I hit my daughter, the state would intervene. If somebody looking after a child in care did the same thing, there is nowhere for that child to go. So they are some of the principles that we were arguing about in this judicial review. Grooming gang, rape gang victims are included in this, but there are far more victims than just those. So this is the overall protection of children in every place.
You have got a long way to go.
Yeah, we do. On
this, I'm sorry to say. But today you've made a very, very major legal step forward. I congratulate you on it.
Thank you.
I'll help you as much as I can. I wish you well. And any sort of anticipated timeline, when will this come?
Not a clue. My head's a bit of a mash, actually, because I couldn't even hear what was being said in court. But it will take as long as it takes. We are going nowhere. And I don't care who says what. We will do what is right to the very best of our ability. That's all we can do.
Thank you. Thank you, Maggie Oliver.